This video is about why do people lose their spiritual connections. To restore your spiritual connections with your angels, power, and spiritual authority as a person, especially after feeling disconnected from divine beings like your angels, spirit guides, or your ancestors, you must understand that spiritual power is like a flame. It requires fuel, attention, and sacred discipline to keep burning. Sometimes this disconnection comes from sin, broken spiritual covenant, wrong sexual energy transfer, spiritual laziness, negative environment, or ignoring the spirit that once walked with you. This video will be in two parts. The first part talks about the common reasons why people lose contact with their angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Then the second video will focus on how to activate your power to re-establish connection with your spirit guides, your angels, and your ancestors. Now, these are the reasons why people lose their spiritual authorities. 1. Spiritual laziness. No more fasting, praying, chanting, or offering. You have stopped doing all these things. You will lose your power. 2. Broken vows, promises to spirits or ancestors not fulfilled. For example, when people are starting churches or businesses or any venture that they need assistance from spiritual realm, they can make a whole lot of promises, and in the course, they may forget to honor the promise they made to that entity or that spirit. And through that, you can lose your power. Giving promise to a spirits or higher entities did not start today. We can use Isaac's scenario as typical example of promise to higher entity, that is God. The third one is sexual contamination. Sleeping with spiritually polluted or wrong partners can also bring you down. Environmental pollution is also another factor. Staying in a place that are cursed or spiritually contaminated, nothing good comes from there. Always confusion, fighting, water here, drainage here, a whole lot of dirty environment. Neglect of altar can be a factor. Abandoning or unattained sacred altars, you lose your power. If you have an altar, you don't make it clean, you don't attend to it to do the necessary thing that you must do, it can also make you lose your power. When it comes to neglecting of your spiritual vows and purification, you carry energetic debt. Someone was saying spiritual vow is outmoded. That means the person was trying to educate people to stop spiritual vow, and it's wrong. You can't stop spiritual vow because physical vow you've been doing always. What is preventing you to take spiritual vow? To cleanse your inner being, your inner spirit. Therefore, having a lot of contaminated energy covering your energetic spiritual being, you block your chance and it dims your power. The next one is feeding the body but starving the spirit. No spiritual nourishment. You're always eating, starving the spirit within you. At times, on the day you were born, you have to abstain from food. That means you fast, and throughout the fasting, you can be drinking fresh coconut water to increase the inner energetic power, because the drinking of the coconut water also empowers you for you to have higher frequency or vibration within you. You can also do white fasting. Let's say when you fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., in that 6 p.m., you are not going to eat any food that contains pepper or other stuffs. Rather, you go for fruits. You continue for 3 days and see how things are going to be. You increase your power. You can also do sun bathing. You get up in the morning sun from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. You can stand in it barefooted. That one too helps to energize your spirit power. You can also have connection with the earth, being barefooted, walking barefooted in trees, or let's say forest area, or where trees are. You can even embrace a tree to exchange energy. There is this one thing that is also troubling and making some people spiritually weak. That is the dishonor of spiritual elders or teachers. It breaks your ancestral lines. For example, me teaching you, you disrespect me. At the same time, you want spiritual power. You are disrespecting your elders, your teachers. Therefore, you are going to have a break of your ancestral support, ancestral line. We have ways of weakening someone's ancestral support with the use of charcoal, pepper in the anthill. But those who insult teachers, spiritual elders, or spiritual teachers, you are weakening your own ancestral power. Therefore, if you want to empower yourself, you just look on. What is good that you want to learn, learn. What you don't want to learn, keep mute. When you get awakening, you understand. It's like buying a book, spiritual book, or any other book. Initially, when you are reading, you will not understand some of the topics. But as time goes on, as you broaden your knowledge, you come to understand. That is how life is. So, what you don't know is above you. A time is coming, you will know. Before I come with how to reactivate and restore your spiritual power, you must know that if you allow fear, depression, and doubt in your life, these things are going to disconnect your soul from the higher realms. So many people have allowed fear, depression, and doubt to conquer their life. By so doing, you are disconnecting your soul from the higher realm. The next video is on the way coming, how to reactivate and restore your spiritual authority. This is a book I have, and a spiritual book that contains all sorts of directions. For example, bath of the ancestors, the wind ritual, night vigil with angelic psalm chanting, those who want their angels back or their spirit guides back. You need to chant Psalm 24, 91, 121, and other psalms. They are all in this book. In case you want to do tree touching ceremony, that is reclaiming nature's spirit. So this book is nature's book, and how to use shell or cowrie and mirror for blessings gate reopening. You have to reopening your blessing, your destined blessing. I have a lot of informations, spiritual directions, thousands and thousands, but I cannot push all. So those who want to get advanced knowledge and personal information, you buy the book, you read and practice. At first, people were asking me, where can I get your book to buy? Now it's available globally. So if you are outside Africa or even within Africa, you can get the book to buy from gambro.com. Read what is on the flyer and follow, you will get the books. Then other African countries, specifically Nigeria and other countries, you go to seller.com/m/Nufutene Herbal. You can also buy all my spiritual books from that platform. Or when you look on the flyer, below this same flyer, you can see my WhatsApp numbers there. So those who are within Ghana, outside Ghana, everywhere, you can WhatsApp me.